folks? It is Friday, April 9th, and we're here at Cut Day of the Masters. We got MLB, NHL, and NBA action as well. A great betting weekend. I'm your host, Ty B, joined by Meerkat and Degenerate Al today. Al, I'm going to go to you first here. You've been all over the Masters thus far. What do you got out there today? What are you seeing on the course?
I mean, it's been another wacky day here in Augusta. You have Tony Finau, 7 under. You have Justin Thomas, who has gone off today. He's 6 under. Currently, Justin Rose, though, who early on looked like he was going to have a rough day. He was 3 over on the day. Now he shot a 72, even. So he's still the second favorite right now. So right now you have Justin Thomas at 4-1, Justin Rose at 5-1, and Spieth is right there at 5.5-1 still. So another really fun, though, action-packed day. It's funny. These greens right now, Ty B and Meerkat, it's like a slab of concrete or glass. Mm-hmm. It's just so funny to watch the ball hit this thing.
Oh, absolutely. And that's where some of these guys can play their best. You see them getting those low scores, and that makes for an absolutely exciting tournament. Are there any names there you're targeting a little bit lower down with some value there that still have a chance to win this?
Some value that I'm looking at would have been Webb Simpson, but he's down to 50-1. He had some great opportunities. He was -4. I think he's down to -2, -1 now. So laying off him. But if I'm looking into the mid-teens, I guess Patrick Reed, 12-1. John Rahm is now even falling down to 25-1. Yeah, it's just the dart was on what? The worst odds. Sandy Lyle,
who is +13. Bryson DeChambeau, rough day 1, but he's -3 today. So he's sitting 1 over. And then Patrick Reed. I mean, who likes Patrick Reed? But if I'll be a fan of his if the dart hits it.
Oh, absolutely. And Meerkat, you're bringing up the dart. The first ever triple play free money Friday. A bit of an accident, but I'm not going to complain. 3 picks. Let's get that free money. Did you see what it would be to parlay? Like, we could make some big money here, Meerkat.
I didn't check the parlay odds. I might have to check that and release them, place a little action myself. And, it's either going to go great or it's going to go horribly wrong. I recorded the first video. It hit in the white. So I had to rethrow, and I'm like, all right, this is going to be a longer video, whatever. I do it, finished the video. I'm like, all right, that was a great video. Didn't record it. I'm like pissed off. I'm like, damn, that was a good video. So I go to do another throw, hit right away. Pretty much emulate the first video, and I'm like, oh, we're good. It's just gonna be a double play Friday, blah blah blah. I sit down to go and edit it real quick before I post it. Not there. Just didn't record it again. So at this point, I was flabbergasted. Gave out the first 2 picks because you gotta. The dart took them, and then we got a third. We're crossing over all 3 major sports tonight. It's exciting. It's either gonna make me go bankrupt or be a huge Friday night.
Oh, absolutely. So let's get into it here. I'm going to hop into MLB first. Looking at this matchup, Braves versus Phillies. You got Zach Wheeler versus Charlie Morton. Both of them have been on their game early on in the season. I like the under in that first 5. It's 3.5. I know it's low, but neither of these teams have really, put up crazy numbers offensively. And they've both run into some of these ace-offs here where, it's a 2-1, 3-2 win, something like that late in the game once they get into the bullpens. I'm taking that under 3.5. Al, what's your first play?
So I'm moving into the NHL tonight. Some very basic plays here. Fading the Buffalo Sabres, rolling with the Washington Capitals on the road, money line, parlaying that with the Vegas Golden Knights at home in a money line parlay. That pays out -110. Should be free money. There's nothing else to say. I mean, fade the Sabres, even though they have been a little hotter. I mean, blew it again last night, but I like Washington. Vegas has been heating up a little bit in that Western Division right now. It's very key, that first, second, third seed. I mean, do you want to face the Avalanche in the first round? Do you want to face the Wild? So, I mean, there's some key. I mean, there's that Western Division it's heating up.
Meerkat, what do you got?
First play, I'm just going to the NBA. This is my teaser Supreme special. I love this play. I'm going to smash it. Going with 2 teases. Celtics -4, Nuggets -4 tonight. Parlayed gives you flat out even money. You love to see that, just right on the border there. You know what I'm going to say about the Nuggets? Hottest team in the NBA right now. Nikola Jokic is going to be the MVP. His MVP odds are getting up there now. I think I just saw him yesterday somewhere at -150. That's it's his. I mean, people are going to say injuries to other guys, whatever. He's been playing insane basketball this year, and the Nuggets, since adding Aaron Gordon, have been unstoppable. They lost Jamal Murray to a little injury. Past 2 games, they've outscored their opponents by 15 and 10, getting a contributed a dual effort out of Monte Morris and Facundo Campazzo. They look great. They just beat the Spurs. They're so hot, and they're facing the Spurs again tonight. Line's a little big. Don't feel comfortable with the full 8.5, so that's why we got it at 4. Same thing with the Celtics. The Celtics, yesterday on Happy Hour Hoops, they were previewing most disappointing teams. What they said about the Celtics is they've been perfectly consistent all year. The fact, though, is they've been consistently average all year. They haven't taken that next step. They've regressed a little bit, but they're staying consistent, and they've been beating bad teams who they should beat. They got that type of matchup tonight. I mean, they're getting pretty hot, too. They've won 3 of their last 4, facing the T-Wolves, the worst road team in the NBA. I love this play.
Yeah, and another team that's getting hot right now, the New York Islanders. Shout out Dewey and Rob Ryan, 4 straight wins. They're going to be taking on their rival New York Rangers tonight, and it's a home game. You know what that means? 17-1-2 at home for the Islanders. You got to take that number, especially when you're getting them at minus 115 in this one. I know the Rangers have been frisky lately. They've been playing a little bit better, but they don't have it all defensively. I think you're going to be able to get a big win there with the Islanders. Al, what else you got?
So I'm going to stick with the NHL and the Western Division. You have the Minnesota Wild taking on the St. Louis Blues tonight. 8 o'clock, pretty much a pick'em game. You have the Wild at minus 120, the Blues at minus 103. The bottom of that division is pretty close. The 4, 5, 6 seed is all within, I think, 6, 7 points. You have the Blues right now, who have pretty much been in the 3, 4 slot the entire year, are now in the 5th seed in the West, 3 points out at home to the Wild, who've obviously been heating up over the past literally month and a half. I like the Blues tonight. At home, the Wild are coming off a 2-game set against the Avs, where they got torched the first game. Then they blew out the Avs the second game, 8-3. I think you're going to see a little bit of a letdown tonight. Friday night, I like St. Louis at home to get it done. Money line minus 103.
Not so fast. Gotta take the Wild in this one. The Blues have been playing awful hockey, lost 7 of their last 8 games, and they're holding out Mike Hoffman yet again, likely trading him at the deadline. This team does not look like they want to be in the playoffs. They've been taking steps back. Their last victory came a few days ago over Vegas, but Jordan Binnington had to make 50 saves in that game to get the win. Yeah, they are not playing well defensively. And the way that the Wild have, really taken it to teams this year, you saw it against the Avalanche in that last game. You get Kevin Fiala with his first career hat trick. Kirill Kaprizov is going to be the rookie of the year. There's no doubts about it anymore. And he put up another 2 goals. They're a phenomenal team. I think they're going to be tough, a tough out in the playoffs. It's going to be very interesting because it's likely going to be them in Vegas there in that first round. And I think they're going to get that win tonight because they really want that 2 seed. They don't want to end up having to be the away team in that series or end up, dropping further like you alluded to earlier and having to play the Avalanche in the first round. It's a big game for them. I think they're going to step up and have a big game. Boom.
I'm avoiding the NHL tonight. I almost talked myself into the Sabres last game, and I was just like, Tybee, your Instagram comment kind of pulled me off the ledge. I held back, didn't bet on them. Still haven't bet on them this year because the first time I bet on them, if they're losing, they're going to win. If they're winning, they're going to lose. I think I might fade them tonight, though. I'm not sure, but I'm going right back to the NBA. I don't love the board tonight, not going to lie. That teaser, love that play. Love this play. Other than that, I don't got much for you guys. Wizards plus 4.5 against the Warriors tonight. I think a lot of people are going to be on the Warriors tonight, just looking at their last game, seeing, they beat the Bucks. The Warriors are back. Steph Curry scoring a bunch of points. No. I mean, they beat the Bucks without Giannis, who that makes them the biggest frauds of all time. I like Giannis, but the team as a general, complete frauds. I've said it a billion times. And the games before that, close loss to the Heat, close loss to the Hawks, and then a terrible 50-point loss that you saw going all over Twitter to the Raptors. The Warriors aren't good. They're so reliant on Curry and Green's defense. And Green's been following out here and there. Wizards are just a frisky team. They're not out of that Eastern Conference playoff picture yet. They're like 6 games back, but they're not out of it with how crazy and weak that conference is, especially that back end. They can get hot. They've done it a few times this year. They've covered a ton. And you're seeing Russell Westbrook healthy, Bradley Beal healthy, both playing consistent. Bradley Beal's a monster, and Russell Westbrook has been right back, averaging a triple-double, low-key, scoring a lot of points over the past 2 weeks, too.
Yeah, he's really been serving it up. I mean, he's just locked in lately. I think, they're a team, like you said, could make a little bit of a push there. I think they can make things interesting coming down the stretch. Going to be tough for the Knicks there to hold on to that 8 position, especially with Mitchell Robinson out tonight. It looks like a fishy line there at 1.5, but that's exactly why, because Mitchell Robinson's out. And the Grizzlies have won 8 of their last 11 games, so I'm going to stay away from that one, even though everyone knows Meerkat and I have been all over the Knicks betting rise this year. They're one of those teams you can target and get some value on because a lot of people's perceptions are lower than the actual team performance. And that's why you got to tune in to Degenerate Danger Zone to get that information and get that knowledge, to get that free money. Al, what are you looking forward to here most going into the weekend here, going into moving day tomorrow at the Masters? We're going to have an episode for everyone tomorrow morning.
Yep, cannot wait. I will be on that episode tomorrow morning. It is, like you said, moving day at the Masters. Lots of value still in those teens, the 20 range. Anything can happen in the Masters. You can go 7 under. You can go +6. So I'm very excited to hammer that tomorrow and be at the creek very early. But also, Tybee, I know something that you're going to be very excited for. UFC 11:30 a.m. on a Masters Saturday from the Apex in Las Vegas. That's what I'm fired up for. I want one screen with the UFC, the other screen the Masters. I can't wait for tomorrow and tomorrow morning show.
Yeah, that'll be a good one. Kevin Holland, Marvin Vettori leading that one off. You got some other interesting names, Sadiq Youssef, Platinum Mike Perry. He's always an interesting guy, very, very fun fighter. So, I mean, we got Slick Elliott chiming in here. Morning beers for UFC, Slick Saturday. Can't wait. I think we might have to have Slick make his DDZ debut tomorrow if he's available.
Yeah.
So make sure you guys stay tuned for that one. Shout out to Meerkat and Degenerate Al again for joining me. Make sure you follow us over at Degenerate Zone on Twitter with more throughout the day. Tons of content, especially the dart and everything else. We got confirmation Slick L should be here. AM start somewhere around there. Getting it bright and early before everything really gets going. Can't wait for that. Going to be a very, very fun weekend. It's a gambler's paradise. Great news in New York State as well with mobile betting being legalized. All the little tinkering and everything else is going on right now. We'll be figuring out soon enough who's going to be providing it and when we can start betting. And I can't wait for that. The latest deadline, it looks like, is going to be fall. So cannot wait to just sit on my couch and kick back and make some free money. Good night now.